Now let's talk about like the career guidance, like when in vet school, like where you guys counsel about the opportunities that you can explore after you complete your education?
Yeah, I mean, it varies by school, of course, but they do a pretty good job of that. Because like I said, a lot of people don't realize all those different opportunities when they get into school, and they kind of they're made aware of more opportunities. So I think that's definitely a huge thing. That's really important because this degree that we get has so many opportunities, and it's got so much potential for different things, and making sure that everybody knows all the full options they have available. And it sounds like a lot of vets here really consider all the different options and are open-minded and do a good job about that.
I was asking you because like when I'm communicating with my students, like I said, I ask them, why do you want to be a vet? And there are a lot of confusion in them. Like, my parents told me I did it. Somebody in my village was doing that, so I followed the footsteps. And there are a few who are more like clear about their idea, like why I wanted to be a vet. And there are also like you said, nowadays there are a lot of people who are doing like the vet tech education, like for a 3 years diploma, and then coming into the veterinary education to advance their skills. So they are more focused and directed. But there are also kids like who are just completed their high school and just following the footsteps without knowing where they are going, how are they gonna go, and they're like, we are confused, like we don't know where are we gonna go. Like in the beginning I thought it's gonna be okay, but now I'm like more doubtful, and I'm saying that to them, like, you don't have to limit it like just to medicine, clinical practice. There are a lot of things you can go to, but even my knowledge is limited, so I can't tell them about everything. But based on my exposure, I'm telling them like, you just because you pursued a degree in veterinary medicine doesn't mean that you have to be a clinician. You can be a science communicator, you can be a researcher, you can do genetics, you can do pathology, and like more work on the backside where you are not directly dealing with the animals but contributing for the welfare of the animal, for the diagnosis. And in our country, like, we don't have that kind of guidance. Like, it's more focused toward only academia, not on the side part of the career counseling or mental counseling. So I was curious, like, how does that's working?
Yeah, I think I mean, we have one advantage where we have those 4 years of schooling that we're doing before veterinary school. So that gives us time to kind of mess around and figure out exactly what we like and don't like quite as much. And I actually did about a month of a veterinary rotation during my clinical year during vet school in Germany at a veterinary college. And I saw a little bit of similar things where these students are coming out of high school. This is their first time they've ever lived away from home. This is their first time that they're in this more intensive schooling, because there was a big step up in the intensity of schooling. I'm sure it's similar here.
Transition is really difficult.
So it's this giant transition, and then you're just already in the thick of just trying to keep up with school and everything like that. And then you're expected to just figure out exactly what you want to do with your life when you're right in the middle of all that. But I think with that, I guess one good piece of advice that I got was when we go out to do some of our clinical year at other places, when we call them rotations, they're different places. If you spend 2 weeks or 3 weeks somewhere or a month to find out that you don't like something, that's time well spent. So if you are like, I don't know if I'll like clinical practice or not, then go to your local vet or approach one of these hospitals here in the Valley and say, can I spend a few weeks here trying to see what the day-to-day life is really like? If you might like biomedical research, going by CRVH, the central lab, maybe trying to spend some time there and seeing if you like it or not. Because on paper, something can sound really great and can sound like it would really mesh with what you enjoy, but then when you're in it, it might be a lot different.
That's true. Like for me, that was the case. Like I was not interested into vet med or anything. My parents were. They wanted to me, and they didn't force me like to get into veterinary medicine. But when they were describing about things, I thought, oh, that's a good thing. Like, I'll be a vet, I'll be doing surgery. But I didn't know about the consequences. That am I really capable of to do the dissections or to suture the animal? Because when you're really working with that, there's a lot of emotions coming out of you. So it can be difficult. And for me, like. When we were like caring of the animal, when we were a student, at that time I realized like this is not for me. In the middle of my academia, and then I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So I volunteer at like NARC, National Agriculture Research Center here in our country. So I was doing the microbiological work, and for me it was easier, like compared to treating the animals, because I'm not thinking a lot. I'm just making conclusions based on the books, doing the lab work, and I enjoyed it in the process. And then slowly, like when we are doing the phenotypic works, and I heard people doing about the molecular stuff, and I think, oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should be able to do PCR, and that's how I got into genetics. So
yeah, that's awesome.
It's very important for the students to get exposure. So hopefully, we can have more collaboration with other institutions in the country and abroad, where a student can get first-hand experience before really getting into the field and figure out what they really want to be. Because when we are working as a professional, it is important to enjoy what we are doing.
Totally.
It can be totally difficult when we are not part of the process. So
yeah, well, I think that's really great. And I think you guys, you're in these great positions to help coach and encourage these students, and using connections to say that lab if someone's interested, trying to get them to be able to go for a couple weeks or something. So yeah, it sounds like you're doing all the right things.